Without further ado, please welcome to the virtual stage our host for tonight, Mauricia Mullings.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Reimagining Community. I'm Mauricia, and I'll be your host for the evening. Thank you so much for joining us. We have so much in store for you tonight. But first, I must say that I am so proud to be a part of this presentation because many, many moons ago, I was a high school student who was afforded the opportunity to have Community Word Project as one of the cornerstones to my literacy curriculum. Big shout outs to Miss E and Miss A, the teaching artists from CWP who handed me the tools to unleash my passion for creative writing. And tonight, we have a new generation of CWP students here to showcase what they have been working on. Coming to the virtual stage, I am delighted to introduce Dr. Kayla Desportes, professor at NYU Steinhardt School of Culture, Education, and Human Development.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Let me share my screen. Yes, I am so excited to be here tonight and honored that I get to share with you the work that we've really been doing over the past year with the CWP 2.0. So what was it? So we kind of engaged in this collaborative project between NYU and Community Word Project to start to explore how we could combine art with technology in ways that could amplify student voice. And so what you guys will get the chance to see tonight is some of the artwork that came out of that exploration. And so I'm the face that you get to see tonight, but this is the work across so many people, including the entire instructor team, which is combined with students, masters and PhD, and other professors at NYU, and a host of Community Word Project team members that we got the pleasure of working with. And so last but not least, we got to work with 15 students who were really amazing through the entire project and really helped in this exploration because we threw a lot at them and they were always excited and engaged and thoughtful throughout the project. And so we went on this 16-week journey and we were exploring poetry with the students. And so they made both collective and individual poems throughout the process. They also engaged in photography and did photo walks around the Community Word Project site as well as their own neighborhoods. And we started to explore how programming and electronics could be media for student expression. And so the students were starting to learn how to program in JavaScript, which is a web development language, with digital art. And then they also got to start to play with programmable electronics. So like being able to program a touch sensor to set off lights. And so they really were engaging with a ton of stuff. And we went through several planning sessions, as well as building sessions where they got to be hands-on with the materials, and then COVID hit. And so what we did as the leader team is we tried to refocus and try and understand what we could still do to engage with these students because one, we were missing them and they were part of our support structure. But two, we thought that art was a great way to continue to engage with the students in this kind of uncertain time. And so we continued on working across poetry and photography, and we kind of shifted the tech a little bit to start to engage with creating stop motions, which students could make with their phones, as well as doing collages and video, photo editing that they could do on their devices. And so we designed this 1 month design sprint, and this is the work that you'll get to see tonight is what came out of this sprint. And so the ideas that we had was we wanted the students to kind of engage with each other still within this collaborative process, even though we were kind of physically detached from one another. And so as students were creating their poems and their collages and their stop motion videos, all of these are actually linked. So some of the stop motion videos are ones that were built, that one student built off of another student's poem. And some of the collages was a combination of like 3 photos from 3 different students that a 4th student put together into a collage. And so what you're seeing is a ton of collaborative art, even though it'll be presented by one student. There was a lot that went into it across the students in this project. And so this is a screenshot of the website, but we'll get through to the website and get started sharing the artwork from the students. So I'm really excited, and I'll hand it back off.
All right. So let's get started. Our first student to present is Cyrese. She attends the Young Women's Leadership School of Queens. Cyrese?
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. And I would like to, well, first when it shows up, but I'd like to share two pieces tonight. And the first one I'll like to share is this one. Now, like many of the other pieces I created, this piece was based off of another person's poem. And I really wanted to do the best I can to visualize all the work everyone put into their poems, because I felt like when one creates art, it would be a lot better if it had something that you could actually see as well, because I myself am a bit of a visual learner and I interpret things a lot better through things that I could see. So what I did is that for one person's haiku, I took a series of 4 images and layered them on top of each other. And I would cut out pieces of each image and I would stack them on. For example, the first 2 women that you could see in the image are from a different picture that another student took. And then I removed the rooftop of the train station. And then I would cut into each window and I placed in a section of a scenic photo that I had taken from my own photo album. Now, another piece that I created is the one on the right. And it's, as it's going to load, it's this one. Now, this one is more expressive than the other piece, because the other piece I wanted it to resemble more of like a snapshot. While this one, I wanted it to try to match the expressive energy that this student's poem had. And this student is Mesa, and you'll get to see her poem through her stop motion that you'll get to see now. I'll give it a little bit of a moment. Okay, so her poem, right? It held a lot of aspects of transition, beauty, and scenery. And the lines specifically were, their beauty creates comfort somewhere off in the nearby dark clouds. And I just felt that the best way to express that was to sort of set it up as if though it was like a home photo, which is why in my image, I originally inserted the picture of a baby, and I added sort of like the background of a neighborhood, just to like set up that feeling of comfort, but also beauty, because as we know, most people find beauty in things that they are comforted by. And that's sort of my process in creating not only this piece, but all the other ones that I created that were dedicated for other students and their poems and their works of art. And so I would like to hand it off to my fellow classmate, Kara.
Okay, thank you, Cyrese. Next up, we're going to have Cara. Cara is also a student from the Young Women's Leadership School in Queens. And here she is. Cara?
Good evening, everyone. I'm glad to be here. And the piece I will be presenting is called Hero. The window, I originally started with a Batman symbol to the far top left, and then changed it to corroborate other students' images that they took and put it in the Batman symbol to show like connection. And the point of the poem is that in unprecedented times, the hero that is being explained or that I'm talking about is the concept of human connection. And given that, while we were in quarantine and some states still are, it's very hard to connect with people. And that's why it matters more to share that relationship and keep everybody happy, connect with your family and your friends, even when it's very hard to connect physically, mentally. Thank you.
Thank you, Cara. Elizabeth is a teaching artist at CWP and has worked very closely with our student presenters. Bakari is a student from Bronx High School for Writing and Communication Arts. Together, they will be coming to the virtual stage for an interactive treat.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. Because this event and our project is all about collaboration and connecting to community, even when, or maybe especially when, we are physically disconnected, we wanted to invite you to create with us. So we're going to take you through a little mini activity. I'm going to pass it off to my co-facilitator, Bakari.
Thank you, Elizabeth. We chose to do a haiku today because they're short and relatively easy to make. Essentially, a haiku is a traditional Japanese poem that consists of 3 lines with 3 specific syllable counts. And that syllable count is 5, 7, and 5. An example of this would be something along the lines of, spray cheese is nasty. If you eat it, you're nasty. Lastly, it's nasty.
Thank you, Bakari, for that wonderful haiku. So now that you know what a haiku is, and we've seen a wonderful example, we want to begin to gather some words. So I invite you to think of words that come to you when you see the word community or when you hear the word community. You can drop the examples in the chat. These can be literal examples. It can be a color or a feeling or a place that comes to you. There's no right or wrong way to do this. And I see some coming in already. You want to read them out, Bakari?
Those are some really good words. I can barely even keep up. We got belonging, we got energy, warmth, togetherness, mutual caring, culture, collaboration. There's a lot of warmth in here. I agree. We got fuzzy, we got affection, we got family, connections, love, support, connection, a whole bunch of messages. Hugs, identity, collective, oh my goodness, trust, power. There's a lot of there. Support, culture, faith. There's a lot here, Elizabeth.
Wonderful. These are great. Thank you so much for sharing all those words. These are wonderful and so powerful. So now that we've gathered some words, usually a haiku also juxtaposes 2 images to create something new and surprising. So we have some of the student images here. And in a moment, I'm going to give you a prompt. And you can select an image that you've seen already from one of the students that has shared, or maybe think of an image of something that around you that you're looking at right now. And you're just going to hold that image in mind to inspire you. So now it's haiku time. We're going to write for 3 minutes about community. So you can write 3 lines. You can try to stick to the 5-7-5 structure. You can write 3 words per line. You can write just 3 words. Really, it's open to you. We want you to have fun and try to be creative. We'll keep time. We're going to play some music for you in the background. And you can jot your haiku down on paper, or you can also drop them in the chat. We'd love to see them. So we're going to take some writing time now.
Thank you guys so much for submitting so much writing. I'm just looking at it and I'm just mesmerized. I'll start us off with one. Warmth in my soft hands, my hands encased in yours, hers, his. We are all one. Thank you, Michael. That's awesome.
Beautiful. I see one from Michael Johnson, who is also one of our 2.0 team members. He just joined our project. It says, bright days, solemn nights, in changing worlds, what's constant? My community. Beautiful.
Snaps to that, snaps to that. I have one from Juan, a strong embrace in a place I know, wet grass under my feet. I'm loving this. Thank you so much for that.
Beautiful. And I think that might have been JP, if that was correct, who's another one of our facilitators. From Gaila Murphy, waiting for the train, thoughts of my family warm me on this chilly night. Beautiful.
They just keep coming, Elizabeth. I have one from Sam. People come together through time, sending, receiving, emitting, listening, breathing, no crime. Beauty, energy, rhythm, and rhyme. Snaps to that, Sam.
Oh, good. It's wonderful. Jones, Sapini, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Community is togetherness, power, and leads to strength by sharing. Yes.
I have another one from, I believe it is pronounced Kalia. Waiting for the train, thoughts of my family warm me on this chilly night. They're all amazing.
From Alex Perry, community is like an elephant, great in stature, sometimes smelly, very cool. When running full stream, unstoppable. I love it.
I have another one from Gail. Emotions worn on the sleeve, carried outside your community, belongs to everyone who listens.
It is so gorgeous. From Katie Freeman, who is one of the CWP board members, sitting alone in my room, longing for others, hoping connections will hold.
I have another one from Alex. Sometimes when you walk, you can breathe deep and know that you can move, eyes closed.
They're so good.
They really are.
From Linda Lawrence, around the corner lives my buddy Jackie L. Oh, I lost it because there's so many things coming into the chat. Oh no, where did it go? Oh, I can't. I'm gonna have to look for it. Oh, I'm so sorry.
There's a lot here.
Okay, from Asari, so many leaves fall now. Us together here are like so many leaves. Beautiful.
I found another one by Michelle. Ooh, we hold each other like newborns, holding onto their mother's warm faith. Ooh, and this was written by Sonia at age 12. That's really good. Snaps. Thank you for sharing, Michelle.
There you go. Linda, around the corner lives my buddy, Jackie L. Hope to see her soon. Beautiful. I love that.
So many.
I know we can't read them all. There's so many, but I love,
No.
so one of I think the things that we were most moved by during this project is how quickly the students were able to come up with so many beautiful pieces of art. So something that we wanted to make sure that we addressed in our website and this project is that you that anybody can create art very quickly. And so, you know, a haiku is the perfect sort of medium for that because it's short, it's quick. And there are actually on the website, there are different videos to show you how to create small pieces of art very quickly. Do you want to read one or two more, Bakri, before we pass it off?
I've got you. I have got you. All right. Let me just select out of the thousands that we got. Let's see. Oh man. Give me 1 second.
That's okay. See if I find one too.
All right. I got one from Melanie. Outside my window, purple finches snack on seeds, blue sky, silver jet. Thank you, Melanie. And I'll pick one more. This person is extremely, extremely lucky. All right. I pick you, Asari. So many leaves fall now. Us together, here are like so many leaves. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, everybody. These are gorgeous. We are definitely going to save all of these beautiful haikus, and we really appreciate you participating and for sharing them. I'm glad that we got to see them and you didn't just keep them to yourselves. Thank you so much. Thank you, Marika. Thank you, Bakri.
Oh my gosh, those were so good. You guys are so talented. There's just something about a haiku that seriously warms my heart. I'm not even trying to be funny. But up next, we have Morali. She also attends Bronx High School for Writing and Communication Arts. Morali?
Hello. Hi. I'm here to share some stop motions with you guys. And really, these stop motions came during a time where we were all looking for comfort in the lonely and like new closed up lives we were experiencing. And what I found really interesting about making these stop motions is how much they connected with our new like daily lives. Making these stop motions, I learned a lot of patience because like smallest mistake will have to restart again. Just like it felt like every day during quarantine, we were just playing the same day over and over. And another thing was that it really challenged my resourcefulness. I had to make the best out of whatever I could find in my room to make these. Just like I think we each had to find the best out of each day and to make as much as we could with that. So I hope you guys like these, and yeah.
Morali, thank you. That was so inspiring. Thank you so much. Up next, lastly but not leastly, we have Vana from the Young Women's Leadership School with some final gems for the evening. Vana?
Hello, everybody. My name is Vanna Singh, and the first project I'd like to share with you is this collage. So I based it off of the album Fine Line by Harry Styles. The album means a lot to me. It really just helped me to express that it's okay to be open and vulnerable to others. And also during this time in quarantine, I think music is one thing that brought me and my friends closer together, especially since it was hard, we couldn't see each other. And listening to the album just really helped connect us and just relate to, you know, our own teen problems of just being able to express ourselves. And also, I really like Harry Styles and just his motto of treating people with kindness. I think we all need to be reminded of that at times. And the next piece that I'd like to share is my stop motion. And this piece, I wanted to show that not only can we create art to things that we enjoy, but also to express our opinions and beliefs on issues that matter. And at the time of making this piece, the Black Lives Matter movement was at its height, and people from all around the world were enraged and upset. So I made this piece to encourage others to keep fighting and to show unity. And after we play, I'd just like to say something else.
You should have been downtown. The people are rising. We thought it was a lockdown. They opened the fire. Them bullets was flying. Who said it was a lockdown? Goddamn lie. Oh my, time heals all, but you out of
So I created this just to give people hope, especially in that dark time where it's really hard to keep going, but I just wanted it to show others that it's okay to fight for what's right and to push all doubts aside, because we just need to stick together for the people that need our help right now. And these are the two pieces that mean a lot to me and I think are really impactful and just show what the time was going through, especially towards the end of the year. And yeah, so thank you guys for listening.
Thank you, Vana. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope tonight's presentation reminds us all of why keeping arts education in our public school is so important. By being a product of CWP, I can wholeheartedly say that presenting students with a safe space to breathe, raise their voice, and open the outlets necessary for them to be themselves is imperative to their growth, the growth of this current generation and all the ones that follow. Thank you for joining us tonight. Please stick around for the conclusion of Reimagining Community. Thank you.
So we wanted to just share something that is a surprise for the students that all of the instructors kind of engaged in creating, which was our own stop motion. So we had to walk the walk after we had them create all this amazing artwork.
Yeah, we wanted to, again, this has all been about collaboration and community. So we wanted to honor that part of it. And also just to honor and thank and celebrate the students. Like Kayla said before, we missed the students when we all had to shut everything down, and they were really part of our support structure. So we've just been so grateful for them. They're just spectacular, thoughtful, talented students. So we created the stop motion, like Kayla said, and we pieced it together in the way that the students piece their disparate art together.
So I'll just play it. So I think that's all we have for you all tonight. Thank you so much for joining.
I also just wanted to say thank you, everybody, for joining. And we do have videos to encourage you to create your own art on the website. And the website is kind of an exploration, so you'll have to find them. But if you do make any art, you can, and you want to share it with us, we'd love to see it. You can tag us on social media using @CommunityWordProject and also #RaiseMyVoice. I'm going to put them in the chat so that you can all see that. Thank you so much.